What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 27 of my Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 modded Orc campaign. So it's been quite a while and I've been missing this game something fierce, though fortunately I do have some time now to continue this campaign and hopefully start bringing it towards its conclusion. Lots of stuff still to do. For those who remember last time, we are nearly done with the Skalgrim sector with only a massive Tau Armada remaining at Kedalar's retreat and then the King's Head mission over the Thracian Primaris system. Now, as for this Tau location, it should make for a very difficult battle, as the stuff that we're bringing it is going to be primarily rocks, and as we know, not so great against the Tau in particular. Though it should make for a pretty damn fun time. Now, before we hit it, well, first of all, I guess we should unlock it. We need to, at the very least, let's see, you have demonic infestation, so we do need to build you escorts. I guess the question is whether we want to focus on the escorts or building more rocks here, as we do have a limited amount of shipyards that are operational. And I think the escorts are probably the way to go. I mean, you have demonic infestation as well, it doesn't really matter which particular fleet we put them in. Den of Pestilence, additional troops for every troop step, I don't think that really matters. But we're not building any other ships in this particular fleet. So let's put them in the Terminus S fleet, and then we'll send them up ahead of everybody else. You are going to go for, let's go with, once again, it doesn't really matter, apostates, I guess, because of the light lance already. And let's do something like that. That's all we can build here. Then we're immediately going to send you to Kedalar's retreat, and then you guys, Mega Rocks. You do need some light rocks to round out the fleet, but also a few escorts as well. So, let's go light rocks, 2, and then let's see, that'll allow us to build 14, potentially, more infidels, or apostates rather. So let's go for the apostates, and then that should be more than enough escorts to sacrifice on the altar of, you know, annoying the Tau. We gotta really make use of these here because, once again, this is not a type of fleet that we're going to be very strong against with this type of fleet. Now, we also do have to make our way towards Thracian Primaris to get at the King's Head mission, so let's move Malos and his elites, his knob squad, as it were, towards there, and they'll be able to hit it next turn. I believe since last time we've taken care of most of the invasions that were needed, including the Chinchar one. We just have the one in Agrippina currently, which is coming in 2 turns, which would allow us to do what we need to do here in Skalgrim, and hopefully finish up with Skalgrim and then head towards those Tyranids. Alrighty, so you get an action point, not that you guys really need it. What we do need to do is take out the Terminuses and put in as many escorts as we can. Space Hulk, that's an interesting question. Space Hulk or Mega Rocks? In fact, we could go Space Hulk and 2 Mega Rocks, though that is not a lot of stuff to put on the field. 3 Mega Rocks, that is. But they do all have fighters, which we could hopefully use to, well, fight. And then I guess we'd be getting reinforcements in the form of light rocks, which we can sacrifice against the Tau as well, moving as a screen in front of the Space Hulk and the Mega Rocks. Okay, I think I like that idea. Let's try it. 4.2k worth of Tau, that's a ton of missiles and ordnance coming in, which is what has me very concerned. Because, well, if we can't shoot them down with our fighters or fighter bombers, then the missiles are going to shoot down our Space Hulk, and I don't like that very much. Alrighty, and we'll be fighting in the shadow of some towers here. Isn't that lovely? Very Tzeentchen. Now, we are going to deploy... Well, it's pointless to hide. I guess we want to deploy somewhere around here? I'm looking for debris right now, and I guess the best debris area is here. Normally we want to avoid debris, but with the enemy ordnance coming in, it might be actually possible to use the debris to our advantage. We should also make sure that we use our Mega Rocks, as in not our Admiral Mega Rocks, and keep them in front of you guys. There we go. And then maybe like this. I still want you to be able to launch your boarding torps, if nothing else, Space Hulk. But hopefully... Oh, but that'll... You know what? Maybe in the corner here. Like so. Alright, let's see if this works out. I have no idea. That's just way too many Tau. Now, you guys are all going to head towards the Tau fleet. for obvious reasons, and you're going to go into running silent. And here we go, let's see what they've got. And we're going to brace everybody here immediately as well. And let's go for that Grot Rocket Nosy. Here comes the Ordnance. Alright. Ooh, there are interfering signals on this map, though, so potentially those interfering signals could get in the way of Ordnance as well. I think that they are indeed actually, that they actually count. Huh. I'm gonna just take a quick shot through these guys with some torps in a second to see if it does indeed block torps. Would be really unfortunate for us if it didn't. Let's also speed it up a little bit, and oh my lord, look at all that ordnance. Are we ready to launch fighters yet? You know what, I think we're ready now. Let's have you launch your fighter bombers, 2 of you launch, and then 1 launch back here. Okie dokie, and I think in addition to that, we probably want to move you guys a little bit closer to Big Boy here, so that you can apply your turrets. Also, you, try to shoot through this interfering signal, see if this works. And like so. Doesn't really matter the type of torps that we use. And... no, they move through it. Okay, so interfering signals don't actually provide us any benefit here. Okay, well, here we go. Let's hope that that works out. Rest of you guys, get ready to move in. Might actually separate them into 2 separate little fleets.
We are unstoppable.
Actually, if you could move past these... honestly, taking a few hits from this ordnance wouldn't be too horrible. Oh, no. No, shoot those down. Oh, here come the missiles. Come on, you're not doing it fast enough. It's greatly concerning. You guys, brace and go. Yes, brace and go. And you guys, brace and go as well. Alright, get right in the middle of all that. Beautiful. Alright, at the very least, the light ships should be pretty badly beat up, and yeah, some of that ordnance hit. Let's launch another set here. We are running out of our own... Okay, the rest should be good, though. We've taken some damage, but it's not horrible. Though we do gotta remember that the enemy does have its... what the heck? Why aren't you turning the proper way? Oh, your allies are in your way, huh? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And this also means we can move forward. Let's go. Before the second enemy fleet arrives. In fact, all of you need to move quickly now. While that call to arms is there, is gonna be ideal. And yeah, that did pretty good. Let's also set you up to destroy those engines. Actually, is destroying engines, is there even any point to destroying Tau engines? They're not going to try to kite us like the Eldari are. I'm not sure that it would actually do anything for us. And alright, your big red button is done. You're gonna switch to lock on for now. And look at all those drifting hulks. Very nice. That strategy does work quite well against the Tau, doesn't it? Let's also get another Grot Rocket Nosy operational. Lock on for you guys. Send at least another fighter swarm. You know what? Maybe we can start using fighter swarms offensively as well. Go for... they are launching some of their own stuff. Let's send some fighter bombers out here. And you, if anybody can use fighter bombers offensively, it should be Big Boy here. Go for the enemy admiral. And his might as well send some regular torps out their way as well. Or boarding torps, doesn't really matter. They're probably gonna smack into the debris anyway. Alrighty, well, keep moving forward. You guys get ready to big red button again. We gotta make it to the enemy. A very nice use of those lightnings, or those zaps, rather. Okay, here comes some enemy ordnance. We need to make sure that we have at least some defensive fighters on field. We have 1 set here, I think, but let's get another one going. What are you? You're bombers, okay. Some of them will get shot down inevitably, but probably not a crazy amount. Alright, come on. Get another set of defensive fighters, and how are we doing out here? Yeah, it's a lot of enemies. Alright, you need to supercharge your shield and switch to brace for now, because you're taking more damage. Everybody else needs to get ready to move forward. Alright, repair yourself and supercharge those void shields. Hopefully before the generator gets knocked out, as that tends to happen. Alright, you switch to brace, and big red button, you switch to brace. You switch to reload, and shortly you go. And get another set of defensive fighters. You use fighters offensively against, let's say, that Demiurge vessel. And here we go. Alrighty, we're in, and now you can launch your torps this way, though I do imagine the enemy ordnance will make quick work of them. We also do gotta remember that more missiles are coming in, so we do have to keep our fighters up and providing defenses. And okay, it looks like your shields are down again, but we got 9 seconds until the overload shields is back up and running. Keep embraced, though. Yeah, as more enemies arrive on screen, that's a lot more ordnance that's going to be coming in, so we do have to be careful, especially with the Space Hulk. Get those shields back up and running now. You two are still good, though I would like to move you forward in a few seconds if possible. Let's also identify the newcomers with another rocket nosy. You can... Damn. I was about to use a boarding on you. Let's do some regular torps this way. I don't want to move the Space Hulk too far forward because it's taken some damage. A decent amount of damage, I should say. You guys can use boarding torps, not that I expect them to do anything at this stage in the game. At least not on this type of unit, I mean. Alright, you're about to lose your shields again, though we got another 10 seconds from the overload shields before they come back up. It does seem like that's going to be what happens every time. Alright, let's get some more defensive fighters up and running, and keep moving into the enemy, and let's say defensive fighters. I'd really rather use them offensively, but once again, the enemy does have ordnance superiority. Overload shields again and keep moving. You guys, are you all ready to big red button forward? Yes, you'll get some boarding actions on you, but I think it'll be worth the time and effort. And here we go. If I had another overload shields available right now for our admiral, I would just pop it and charge the Space Hulk forward, but can't do it right now. Fortunately, the Tau ships like the Eldari are made out of wet tissue paper, especially when hit from anything but the front, at least with regards to the Protector fleet. So, once we're in among them, the wolves will eat the sheep. Let's also make sure that you're not gonna get shot down, are you? Ooh, wait. One of you is gonna hit your ally. Very nice. Thank you for that. Artillery support from our ally, or our enemy. Almost like they're Alfari Orks. There are Alfari Orks on the enemy side. Alrighty, you, get ready to big red button forward, switch to reload briefly, and start moving. Alright, get ready to overload those shields as soon as they start moving down. Let's also launch some regular torps this way. Alright, the enemy's in pretty bad shape now, and they've allowed our main ship to close, and there we go. Time to overload those shields and hit that enemy admiral. Number 1 target on you, please. Keep facing forward as well, as that's where your heaviest armor is. Big red button on the other Mega Rocks, and let's get a Grot Rocket Nosy identifying whoever's out there. You're gonna get boarded and probably damaged. But that's what we were expecting. Alright, we can big red button again. You know what? Move right through them. Don't let them fire. But gonna be a while before we can overload those shields. And ooh, yeah, that ram ripping that enemy apart. Board you. We gotta repair. Our shields are down. Brace as well, especially before those rams. And how are you guys doing? All right, switch to lock on for you, and I think for you as well. You can keep embraced, and we're looking pretty good. All right, gonna take a few shots to the back on our bulwark, but that's okay. Let's get those shields back up and running immediately as well. Alright, this actually worked fairly well. Tau may be quite effective against this particular fleet, but when we combine it with our ability to use that demonic possession, or whatever the orky version of that we may call it, it does work quite well against them. Alright, you're in kind of bad shape. Let's repair you. We might also need to get that Admiral rally going. In fact, you can rally instead. Alrighty, and let's use some fighters offensively, let's say, against you. And there are very few enemies remaining now. In fact, wait. Was there one behind us? Is this a ship? Yeah, okay, there's some ships back here. Start moving back this way. Bismarck or Bulwark. You're not a Bismarck. Stay here. Recall your fighters. And then fire on the enemies as best you can. We just gotta find whoever's still alive. That's one ship here. You can repair when you're able to, but switch to lock on for now. Otherwise, we're not gonna hit those ships. And is that the last ship? It is not. Okay, where is the enemy fire coming from, if there is enemy fire?
We won.
There it is. Alrighty. Send fighters this way. It doesn't really matter if they hit or not, because as soon as the big boy sees it, it's done for. In fact, big red button forward, overload your shields, and I do believe this should be the last ship on the field. Oh, it got destroyed by the zaps before we reached it. But if there's anybody left alive in the wreckage, they probably wouldn't enjoy the next few seconds. On the other hand, that's probably a mercy, rather than leaving them to die in vacuum from a ship they can no longer escape because it's broken up into pieces, like we've encountered in many a novel for 40k. I guess being completely obliterated by a ram from the Space Hulk is something they might want. Anyway, there we go. It did cost us a good, what? I don't know, 200 money in the form of escorts, but at least we did use them. Got a free action point that we don't really care about, and the battle plan. And just like that, Kedalar's retreat is ours. Lovely. You have to be given to Slaanesh, don't you? Wait, no, we don't do that. Because Gork and Mork are here. Yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Now, is there anything to upgrade? We got infiltrators remaining here, and we do need to send another Alfari Orc fleet here. But otherwise, I think we're looking good and getting ready to get that King's Head. Hey, we were dedicating something to Slaanesh after it. Okay. We are good here. What about here? There's a few things I remember we need to build, but is there any money we want to spend on upgrades? And I don't think there is. At least not here. 6 upgrades in Bell's Corona. Chaos Monument. There is a major demonic shipyard here. Okay, so that's a worthwhile upgrade. Death World I don't really care about right now. The Warpsmith Enhancement base is a yes from me. Another Death World, eh? And what are you? You're an Aggro World. You know, the Aggro World... Oh, and you're an Enslaved World as well. Okay, so the rest of this, the Death World, the Chaos Monument, and the other Death World don't matter that much. However, I feel like we can just upgrade them to 2 so that they can start evolving to 3 for whenever we actually need to upgrade them, and then we'll deal with them afterwards. Honestly, the same policy should probably be applied to everything, just in case I have not done so. Like you, for example, and you actually have a minor demonic shipyard. You know what? Let's upgrade you. To be fair, we've been using most of our money to build ships rather than upgrade stuff lately. Which is really appropriate, but yeah, that explains a lot of that. And the last thing goes the same for you, which is all fine. That was the most eloquent way of saying that, I assure you. And, oh, I didn't see you. There's another Death World. Aha! You were hidden behind the Chinchar thing. The name sign, the name tag, the name plate, I don't know. The label. Now, the rest of you need to get some more ships up and running. Evie Boomfling is 1, 2, 3, 4, so you're actually good. In fact, your fleet value is maxed out. You are not so good, and you are the other half of the Torp fleet. You're missing an Erd Unki and some basic ships. What are you missing? You've got your 2 Hordes, you're missing some Terrors. Though you probably do want Demonic Possession later on. I actually just want to double check here. Does the other carrier fleet have Demonic Possession yet? No, it does not either. Okay, we really need Demonic Possession on that. Really gonna rely on that for those. Anyway, you, the Hordes, and the Nightfall. Let's get some Terrors at least. Wait. Oh, we can't fit 2 Terrors here because they cost like 67 or something like that. No, that's the Kilostompa. 77 on the Terrors. So since we can't afford 2, it's better to just build escorts. Okay, I see how it is. And we can, however, get the Deadnought Erd Unki that died back. Which is gonna be you, Mr. Unki. And then I guess we can build a couple Kilostompers or Hammer Stompers. It doesn't matter. Let's go 2 Hammer Stompers here and here. There you go. And you can get escorts if you need, but otherwise you're pretty good. Now I guess we can just keep these guys here. Well, actually, no. You know what? Nightfall, you move towards Agrippina. We can keep the Torp fleet together, the Iron Orcs. You need to join... You need to join this fleet. But later on, because we'll defend at Melon's Reach. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's end the turn and let's proceed to Thracian Primaris. Hopefully there's not a lot more invasions, because I would really like to unlock those Tyranids as soon as possible. A little bit less keen on the Necrons in some ways, mostly because we basically can only use the Alfari Orc fleet or Malos's fleet, specifically to fight them. The Torp fleet would be useless, and the Carrier fleet would be completely useless against them. And damn, 2 more invasions or 3 more? 3 more invasions. Wow. Okay, okay. Well, stuff for us to deal with. But this will be the last we see of the Orcs shortly, I think. Assuming that this is indeed the last mission. Alright, turn 53. Most of the last campaigns have ended just under 100 turns, or around 100 turns. We'll see how long this one lasts. Malos, you can build some brutes. Alrighty. Will we actually need these? Who knows? Oh, damn, too many. I built too many. There you go. Alright, Malos, go here. And then you can build a few brutes yourself. Alrighty, brute. I want to use brutes in this fleet because we're not using them in the demonic possession fleet, since that doesn't work with the orc ships. Anyway, there we go. Attack you, and oh, there's a raptor called Secrets here. Let's upgrade that while we're here. And I don't really care about the Winds of Synaptic Hysteria. Oh, but the construction cost is reduced still. Oh, so we should upgrade everything here before we forget. Yeah, we got a Lethe 11, and you have a Hive World anyway. And oh, damn. Okay, what? You all are going to go down here and deal with that invasion when it comes for you, because there's nowhere else for you to go, other than the fact that we'll need you to move southward towards the Tyranids afterwards, because you're going to be specialized against the Tyranids as well, the Rocks and the Space Hulk in particular. And then here we'll probably send the Torp fleet, because they can invade Medusa. Yeah, I like that. In fact, we should probably start on that now. There's an orc invasion coming in at Skelis, and there's nothing at Shinchar. Yeah, okay, so, you two, Iron Orcs, head up north. Leave the, leave Jasul alone here, though I suppose he could fight the orcs alone if he wanted to. But if you guys are going up to Medusa anyway, this should be fine. And then, let's do this, yes? Don't think I've forgotten anything, let's get to it. Thracian Primaris. Gorespitta has been paid with the flesh of the Space Titan, and everything is poised to engage the war boss, Blitzrippa. Inside the system of Thracian Primaris, the Orks of the Waaagh are gathering around their war boss for the bloodbath to come. But indeed, what will the bloodbath be? The bloodbath they are thinking of. So let's see what we can put in here. I like using the two Death Dealers to flank the big bad Thraka, but we do need to bring the other Bismarck. We could also, since we can't bring two Death Dealers, I mean, either we bring one of each, or, no, we can't even bring two Bismarcks? Oh, really? We could bring some hammers. How many brutes could we bring with the Death Dealer? Wow, really not a lot. You know what? Let's just go Bismarck and Big Bad Thraka for now, and then we can maybe use the Death Dealer as a reinforcement. And this will allow us to bring a lot more brutes. Yeah, I like that very much, and yeah, see, 2002 out of 2002, that seems perfect to me. Let's launch. Let's hear from Blitzrippa, shall we? Also, did it just say Blitzrippa the Gork's Hammer? Not Gork's Hammer, just the Gork's Hammer?
So, the sniveling grots were speaking the truth. We've had spiky boys tromping our backyard all this time. Time to get to the krumpin! We will carve prayers to the gods into his upstart flesh. Indeed we will, Malevolence, but we cannot match their fury with indiscipline. It will take more than fervor to win this battle.
Is his upstart flesh even worthy of having prayers to the gods carved into it? Also, yeah, the Gork's Hammer. I suppose if anyone's a the, it's Gork. You're twice the he ever was. Alright, go.
Firestarter! Burn them all! Right you are, boss! Orks is best!
Alright, start moving. Everybody other than the brutes can start in lock-on. I wonder if the brutes by themselves would be able to destroy the little structures, although I kind of doubt it. Anyway, Orkaon. You want to do anything? Nah, I don't think so. Let's speed it up while we get engaged with the enemy. And well, look who it is. And look who it also is. How close do we want to get to them? That, I guess, is another important question. Ooh, Bismarck launched defensive fighters for the Big Bad Thraka, which cannot defend itself in that manner.
You got it.
Alrighty, and I guess we could just wait here until the enemies come to us to some degree. The closer we get to these guys, the less opportunity we have to allow them to attack each other. Just kind of the whole idea here. Anyway, speed up a little bit. You guys stay here. And... oh, you just fired your big gun. Let's stop you. You know what we really need? We need a way to identify the enemy. Is that a death dealer that I just saw? That, no, it's an heavy ram. Oh, okay, well, we still don't want to be rammed by you, so let's avoid that, shall we? Thraka, keep firing your big guns. Try to break that thing's engines. You're actually supposed to be broadsiding. And do we want to waste our torps here or just boarding torps to stop it in its tracks? Honestly, I think it'll be dead shortly anyway. Actually, Thraka, move to the side. You're not a space Hulk. Let's get your massive volley. There we go. That's what I love to see. And down you go, buddy. A lovely job. And then you, move forward. Keep on identifying the enemies. They want to ram you as well, I guess. All right.
Boss, they're a bit harder than we thought. Worthless grubs. Macrala, attack!
Poor Mad Growler. You're gonna be dead soon. Alright, everybody else just stay here. We will play tower defense for a little while. Once again, I just don't want to move forward while the enemy can move forward with its two space hulks. I'll have a staggered view of all the macro shells moving in. I love this ship. Alrighty, and we are firing appropriately into two directions. Our big gun firing in the front here, and then our broadsides firing at the rocks that are moving in. Lovely, should be all dead. Good. Oh, we should also probably be using defensive fighters from the hammers on you two, which is part of the reason why we brought them. Now you could use offensive fighters to identify this guy, for example. Alright, good. Rip that Light Rocks apart. What's your name, Light Rocks? Sleek Teeth? Huh, not horrible. Sleek Teeth actually sounds like the name of an orc character, potentially. Of a comedic story, although I suppose most orc stories are comedic in one way or another. Alrighty, I'm surprised that you're still alive, though it didn't last much longer than it did to take me to say it. Alrighty, who's up next? A Terror. Oh, you guys should probably have something a little bit better than that on the field. Down you go. Alright, you know what? Let's recall fighters from one of the hammers. I want this stuff back here identified. And away you go up here, please. There you go. Alright, and at this point we've lost two of our escorts, not that it matters. You can face forward. You have zaps, but I don't remember if they're... Can artillery, guns battery, heavy guns. Oh, you don't actually have zaps, never mind. Bismarck has zaps. Somebody has zaps. I know somebody here has zaps. Right? Or am I crazy? No, apparently I'm crazy. You've all just got a ton of cannons. I thought I had seen one, but apparently I just saw a, I just saw the flicker of one of the macro shells across the screen. Use some boarding torps and then switch to the sides again. Alright, some of the debris is starting to interfere though, so that should be a concern. Alright, enemies are burning all ahead full. Brave little ship. Ooh, that one actually nearly made it through. Look how close that was. Let's see about this one then. And broadsides will rip it apart. Oh, I exploded just before getting there. That must be so frustrating for the orcs on board. Also, let's keep launching defensive fighters at you and at you, shall we? And there we go. You keep launching defensive fighters as well, like so. Alrighty, is that a boom flinger? Because of those telltale Tau wings? Yes, indeed it is. Oh, this guy might actually reach us. Nope. They really want to ram the Orcaon. There we go.
You got it.
It is the ever-working after all. Alrighty, are we ready to move forward, or is there another set of enemies that's coming in after this? Let's find out, but let's move away from the debris field either way. I'm also not sure whether we have to destroy these little towers, but you know what? Let's move towards them a little bit and take care of them. And we'll deal with them afterwards if we have to. Gonna separate our units a little bit, but at least it'll move us out of this debris field. Let's also move you guys here and you guys here. Let's send one brute this way to identify anybody else, including this annoying little ship. Like so, there we go. And then forward you go. Supercharge your void shield just so that you don't lose it again. You guys move, move, move.
Told you them blood axes and evil sons weren't fighting enough for this. Reckon you can do better? Show me. You sure, boss? Wouldn't want to deny you a good thumping. You gonna keep jawing or start fighting? Or do you need reminding who's the boss around here? No, boss. Come on, boys. Let's show 'em. You go in, boss.
Alright, well, good luck to you. Looks like some fighters are coming in as well. We should be able to defend against them just fine. Let's also destroy this little structure while on the way there, and then you can identify them in 13 seconds, presuming you don't get hit by a zap or something that actually has range. Hammers, destroy this. And damn, it's taking a while to bring that down, but oh well. And what can you do? And same goes for you, Bismarck and co. Move so that you can get some broadsides working for you. And then you. Broadside, and then broadside this thing. Even though most of them won't hit, and then broadside the other way, please. Alright, beautiful. Well done, and damn, execute this guy, and he died. No identifying you guys, so let's move you forward to the big red button and see if we can manage there. You guys are taking forever to kill that thing. I know that your accuracy is dismal, but damn, that's dismal. And nearly got them now, good. Alright, you. Move back around. I'm gonna big red button to send it back into combat, though let's get some defensive fighters going as well, because the enemy does keep launching its own ordnance at us. You move forward, launch defensive fighters at the big bad Thracker, or the Orkaon rather, and you move forward as well. There we go, let's do a flyby. Speed it up a little bit while we actually enter combat. Oh wow, okay, that's too fast. that freaked me out. Alright, looks good. We're probably gonna get some boarding actions on us, but it's worth it to close the gap. You can... You want to supercharge your void shield, or are you okay? Well, you can board this enemy at the very least. They're not actually hitting you that far, and another boomflinger is the enemy admiral. I wonder if it's coincidence that it's been repeated boomflingers. Also, you two, you want to transfer your troops to... Well, we can afterwards. It's another decent use of those guys. And by those guys, I mean escorts. There are other uses. Alrighty, go, go, go.
You want something doing right? You gotta do it yourself. Gorspitter, you'll attack with me. No way. You ain't my boss. You worthless lump. You fight with me, or you'll get no more fishy flesh from my boys. Got everything I need already. Spikey's paid me good and well. You feeble jawing traitor. Gonna kill you and all! Waaagh! Waaagh!
Alrighty, so... Oh my lord, look at all those torps coming in. Let's get our own torps flying. This is gonna hurt at the very least. Someone probably could have braced. Probably should have braced, in fact. Our torps are gonna hurt them a lot more, though, and well done. Alrighty, let's move. I forgot that the enemy is actually acting as our ally immediately. As in, they don't, as in we can't fight them both immediately, but that's okay. Let's move it up. And...
Gorspitter, why are you fighting with the spiky boys? You're weak, Blitz Ripper. Always taking the best loot. Getting others to do your fighting. The boys need a new boss. You? You won't last a day, you slack-bellied pile of squid dung. Squid dung! Right! Now this is gonna hurt!
Was it not going to hurt before? Oh wow, the enemy borders are actually heading towards the hammers? Oh wow, that's shocking. I did not think that the enemy would even bother with the hammers when they have a Bismarck and a big bad Thrak, and both admirals at that. Ooh, you need to supercharge your void shield. That thing's actually dishing out some damage. Also get close enough to board it. Alright, it looks like we're nearly there.
Here we go.
And our broadside should be quite a bit stronger than the Space Hulk's broadsides. And there you go, you are now boarded. Call to arms successful, which means you're going to switch directions. You're gonna hit him with a big volley of torps right amid ships, which should break the Space Hulk apart, like so. Alrighty, get ready to move now. In fact, go for a big red button. Go behind the out of control there. Love the name, incidentally. And then you guys go. Alright, this thing's done for. Glorious.
I said you was weak, Blitz Ripper. Now I'm the boss. All hail Gorspitter! Hail indeed. Now prepare to die. What? We had a deal! And it is now concluded. You were always expendable, Greenskin. You lousy traitor! I'm gonna crack your skull and stomp your bones!
But in which order? Alrighty, here we go. This thing is going to get hit real hard. Space Hulk, 75 armor on the rear. Not as little as we'd like, but we are in reload stance with the big bad Thraka, and this thing can barely fight back. Look at that. Engines are destroyed. It's at half HP already. This is not where you want the Thraka to be. Gonna pop that reload on our Bismarck as well. Our two Hammers might be dead, but who cares? They're Hammers. Let's get you some fighters going. And damn, that Space Hulk is dropping fast. Alright. Battle should be over. I didn't even need to turn you, did I? I was going to turn him to move a little bit closer, but the out of control is done. So is one of our Hammers, but whatever. And there we go. It's so shocking to see a frickin' Space Hulk die that fast.
Space Hulks destroyed. A tribute of skulls fit to please Bellicose Core. Yes, let the Lord of Battle see our work and grant us his favor. You have spilled rivers of blood in his name. What do you want?
Alright, a lovely, glorious work by the orkiest of all orc ships, the big bad Thraka. Ah, those broadsides. They're such a joy to see. Alrighty, and that should give us an upgrade point as well as take the orcs out for good, leaving us to go to Bellis Corona and activate the Tyranids, and I think the Necrons soon as well.
The green-skinned threat, belligerent to the last. They served well the glory of the Blood God, and they were masterfully disposed of.
Ironic.
Praise the Dark Gods. The greenskins are routed. They will no longer threaten our holdings around the Eye of Terror. Then we should return to more important matters. My crews and I are with you. You paved the stars with slaughter. Khorne has granted you his mark and his favor. I feel his wrath, his strength, the fire of his forge in my sinews. The greatest carnage is yet to come. Blood for the Blood God! Blood for the Blood God!
Alrighty, let's see how much renown that gave us. Enough to level up as well, which means 2 upgrades on top of that. Very nice. God of Chaos Blessing, so Malice is rewarded with the Mark of Khorne. The ship gains the upgrade of Khorne Berserkers, or the Mark of Gork in this particular Let's Play. And then let's see, Threat Annulled, obviously, new upgrade point. Yes, Renown, and yes, some Gifts of Gork as well. Alright, well, the increase in fleet capacity is really going to help as well. Well, not so much against the Tyranids, but as there were a few fleets that we did want to get a couple more ships in, then we were just a few points short. Alright, well done everybody. Let's get a couple of those upgrades up and running. Disruption Overcharge will be helpful potentially against the Necrons, and we will want it. The thing is, Auxiliary Shield Capacitors is just a plain better upgrade and for now, and I did want to head towards Demonic Blood, though I don't know whether it actually applies to Orky ships. The other thing is, do we really need the speed? I mean, how Orky is it? Is the real question. You know what, I think we gotta get Possessed Vessel and Demonic Blood. Orcs suffer problems with Demonic Blood, or with morale anyway. again, if this actually works for the Orks, being a Chaos upgrade as it is. Disruption Overcharge, I think, should work. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like everybody has access to... No, Orks don't have access to this normally, do they? Well, I guess we'll see. It would be nice to screw over the hull cauterization of the Necrons, as well as the various Hollow and Shadow fields of the Eldari factions. Anyway, that's that for this particular episode. We are able to, later on, get a new Chaos and Marked Legion. The Chaos Legion is the important one, as I was excited for another Alfari Orc fleet, as well as potentially some other stuff that we'll take a look at later on. Then, next episode, we will have one invasion to fight and a couple of invasions to prepare for, but otherwise we'll be heading Malos out to Bellis Corona, wherein we will activate the Tyranids shortly. Should be a fun time. Exciting. Stay tuned for more. Should be up a little bit sooner than last time. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.